Mentioned some pretty controversial things in some of my recent videos discussing relationships and women in today's society. And I want to talk about dealing with hateful comments or mean-spirited people, or how I try to deal with it on a mindful level, people that respond to my content. I'm aware with some of the things that I'm discussing, especially with relationships, that I'm pushing buttons, a lot of buttons, and people are getting upset. And it's important when people hear criticism that they don't take it personally. As a man, if I hear about programming amongst men, I'm not going to take offense to it if that programming is not something that I show myself or it's demonstrate myself and my behavior. So I'm not on a battlefield killing innocent civilians, but there are other men in the society that are, and it's perfectly okay to criticize men in this world that are willing to murder for no reason whatsoever. I think it's important for people to be critical of people that are serving this draconian system. People need to think about the direction that we're on as a country. People need to think about repercussions. People need to think about cause and effect, causal factors. So in my opinion, it's perfectly okay for women to criticize men when they see that programming. In fact, I think it's their responsibility. And I don't think that enough women are in today's society. So, these are things that I think I need to start talking about more and more. It's refreshing to see some positive response, however, from both the male and female audience members that are hearing some of my more controversial views on relationships. And nothing pisses people off more than getting very, very real. There was one person that flipped out on me today when I posted over at the Occupy Portland page. And this feminized looking stoner, not to put down stoners or feminine men, but he just had that ultra like, oh, dude, whoa, oh, whoa, dude. And there's that sexist video that got uploaded recently on YouTube. And I'm playing that video by Paul Joseph Watson, adding some of my own commentary on this whole thing called MGTOW, or men going their own way. And there's a lot of videos you can find on YouTube where, different men are sharing their experiences and what they're seeing in society, the changes in society. Because there are a certain amount of people that are noticing that something's changed. Something is different than the way it was a few years ago. And it's how we interact. It's how we relate to each other. And I think that people were getting along a little bit more a few years ago. I really do. I really do. I don't think it's always been this way. I think that what we're seeing now is unnatural. It's unhealthy. And simply said, there's not enough love in the world. Doesn't matter what generation you're in, what age, what color. It doesn't necessarily even mean or have anything to do with, for that matter, where you are on the planet. We see that Japan is plagued with all kinds of social ills. I keep laughing about that story that I read about Japanese women getting into nice guy porn, and those pictures of dudes making out with pillows. It's the imagination goes in some interesting directions. So where the hell was I? Haters gonna hate, and there's a reason some people take offense. It's because the things that I discuss are hitting those buttons. So basically, if I'm discussing women that use men, and a woman's hearing this, and she's never used a man a day in her life, and it's like such a foreign concept, like, I can't believe you're discussing this. It's an attack on all women, or sometimes people say really absurd things, get defensive, and make it a gender issue. When you're really talking about personality, when you're really talking about programming, when you're really talking about the unconscious direction society's going in. Some people get defensive when they shouldn't. The only reason I could see someone getting defensive is if the very things that I'm talking about relate to them specifically. So no wonder they're getting offended. So maybe instead of getting offended, they should think about why they're offended and why they might need to change their behavior instead of just being rude. So, not to put down stoners or people with long hair or people that are in Occupy or anything like that. But this guy just had the, oh, you're such, I can't believe we're friends on Facebook. His response to my Sexodus video. He posts my video on his Facebook page and he's like, look, all my friends, I came across this really crazy person on Facebook. I can't believe it. It's just so crazy. Whoa! And I'm like, good job, buddy. Good job. You know, good luck with that. Because, you know, there's like what I'm learning is we have to resist this temptation to join that spirit of retaliation. Ooh, I'm going to get back at that person, going back and typing. And I see how long people have these dialogues on YouTube in the comment section. I never have long discussions on YouTube, be it of a positive or negative nature. I try to comment or respond to positive comments, or rate them up, or somehow interact with people that are putting out positive energy. And I'm working to turn my focus away from those that want to distract with their negative energy. I've already come to the awareness that some people throw their negative energy because somehow or another, whether they're aware of it or not, they want to stop the information. They don't want to hear this perspective anymore. It's like after that guy watched my video from the Occupy Portland page, it was like something started to happen to him. He was like, and who knows? Maybe all he does is sit around playing video games and watching porno. And again, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but I'm saying something about reality that's got him like so upset that he's like, I can't believe somehow that we were friends on Facebook. And he got that angry, you know, he's got that beard. Again, I'm not putting down people with beards. I'm putting together the whole package. He's Mr. Pissed Off Occupy Portland dude who just can't believe that there is this unique perspective on relationships. And he gives me a little piece of advice. I need to look into women's studies. Oh, okay. You know, deep breath. Deep breath.